Welcome back to episode 14 of Chocolate Cake. I'm your host, Antonio Cute Tomasello, aka Chocolate Heat, and I'm here to give you something that is mental, not physical. It is information that is fed to you, my mouth, to your brain about my surroundings, how, there's things I think of daily, monthly, weekly, anything that comes to my mind that I feel like I need to project out to an audience. And today, what's the best way to label this podcast? So for episode 14, I'm going to say inside a guy's brain. This will be in some way directed towards females about the way men think and the way we do things. And this is going to be a broad explanation. I cannot go into details of every single person who lives on this planet. Everybody is different. Everybody does things differently. But it's hopefully females will understand a little bit. Just listen to this to understand guys a little bit better. I'm not excusing what guys do. I'm not saying that every guy is great. I'm literally just giving you a sneak preview on how I think about things and the way my brain works and how I think females perceive it. So take it as you will. You can just say this is directed towards females to listen to, or you can just listen to it and say, hey, yeah, I'm a guy too, I feel that way, or whatever. So yeah, let's get started. The one thing I really want to touch up on, I guess I'll get it out there first and foremost, is how women perceive guys. Women perceive guys as dogs, liars, people who cheat and all that stuff. And I'll just say a vast majority. I know that some women don't think that, but generally if you talk to any girl in the street, you're like, oh, guys only want this, guys think this way, and blah blah blah. So I'm here to tell you, first and foremost, there is a simple way that guys think. The way we perceive women, the way we talk about women, there is a certain line that I think is jacked a little bit higher. I think is a little distorted when women come forth, because they don't realize that in some ways it's their doing is why we do something. And again, I'm not saying that it excuses anything we do, but just generally speaking, it's pretty much believed that women think vast majority of guys are this way. So let's get this thing out of the way. Guys are dogs. Ladies, you have to understand, in a relationship, out of a relationship, at the beginning of a relationship, women do not come forward most of the time. And what I mean by that, women do not usually take the first step into meeting a person. There are women out there, but it's hard to get a girl who puts that foot forward, who sends that first message, who talks to you first and says, look, this is the way I'm thinking about you, this is the way I feel. If we didn't have guys to do that, there would be a lot less relationships in this world. Think about it. You ever sit at a bar and a girl can think you're cute, but she's not going to come up and talk to you. She's just going to chill with her friends. She might be there with her friends, but it's realistically, if a guy sees a girl, man, she's cute, let me go talk to her. And sometimes it's perceived wrong. Sometimes a lot of guys will see girls and like, yo, let me go talk to her. And the girl's like, get the fuck out of my face, I don't want to talk to you. Like, it just happens because it's hit or miss. But we're taking that chance because most of the time women will not come up and talk to you. That's just the way it is. Whether it's just the shyness, whether they just don't feel they like you or they're attracted to you, but they don't want anything to do with you. You have to understand that we put that foot forward because we have to, and a lot of women don't understand that. What's the worst that can happen? If I walk up to a girl, I'm like, hey girl, you look cute, you look really good tonight, can I buy you some drinks? And she's like, get the fuck out of my face, loser. Alright, I'm gonna go home the same way I left the house. I think I'll be okay. A lot of women don't understand it's hit or miss. Why not project ourselves, see what we get, and sometimes it might come back in our favor. Oh yeah, of course, buy me a drink, huh? I really like you, let's go out. What's the worst that can happen is something that's always in the back of a guy's brain. What's the worst that's gonna happen? It's just get shot down, that's it. So I mean, that's why you have these guys who always come up to you because they think you're cute. Why not? Doesn't mean that they can come up to you and be a shithead and talk a whole bunch of shit or whatever, because there are some really creepy guys out there. So we get that perception that guys are always dog at their bone all the time. So let's in that same instance, ladies are beautiful creatures. Ladies are beautiful human beings. The way they dress, the way they carry themselves, ladies always have, at least a vast majority of ladies, always want to look good, always want to be perceived as beautiful. Makeup commercials always have this, look good, look refreshed, look, dresses and all that stuff. You think of a guy, we can look good, we can put on a suit and we can look great, but nothing's going to stand out than a lady or a woman who's looking on point, who looks great, the dress is just killing it. Like, she is killing it. Her body's good. Like, it's nothing can compare to that. It's the reason for us. It's driving us, guys. And I know you have the right, you have the ability to dress the way you want. It is a free country. Not a problem. I'm not saying put any clothes on. I'm not saying, less clothes or whatever. Dress the way you want. But also be aware that if you look that damn good, somebody's going to come up and say something to you. So don't be surprised. All right. It's just the way society is perceived. Women are beautiful. Guys are guys. You're looking guy, but women are beautiful. Everything is surrounded by women. So you get the guys who are like, wow, she looks good. Let me go up and talk to her. And of course, if say a lady goes out to 6 bars and she's looking great, in every bar 2 guys come up to her and then they get the perception, guys are dogs, guys are dogs, guys are dogs. Well, I mean, if something's that beautiful we can physically at least talk to, why not? The way a man's brain again thinks in a scenario is what's to lose and why not. This is just the biggest turnoff for it. Again, the ladies are not going to come up to a guy in a bar most of the time. So let's move on a little bit. I guess I'll touch in the relationship. Ladies, guys are simple human beings. We are very simple. So simple. Whether it's the hormones in our body, we are not that emotional. We are emotional in certain times in our life that really need to, but most guys won't break down over something that we're not emotionally attached to in some way. You have to understand there's a give and take. And I feel in a relationship, when it's on an emotional level, I feel the guy has to give more awareness. And not saying that it's, whatever ladies you guys think about it, I just think that guys have to be more emotionally aware to what the ladies' needs are. Because women, you guys do deserve a lot. I believe in a relationship we have to give more to you emotionally than you have to give us to make it go longer. But I also feel at the same way you have to understand the simplicity of a male brain. Like, it is bare bones and simple. Most guys, we will love you eternally if you don't give us shit. And this is a broad example. This is just this can go into many threads in many directions, but if you don't give a man shit, he will understand you more and most likely probably treat you a little bit better. So you see something that a guy does and in your eyes you do not like, there is a way that you can talk to him about it. But there is many ways that is handled that you should not talk to him like that. You do not yell at a person. You do not rip on a person. You have to come to him in a nice manner. Now, there's things that guys do that are bad. Let's go cheating and all that stuff. Of course, that's something different. But I've been in this part of the relationship, and anyone can really understand like those what the fuck moments. I understand you're an emotional person, and it's my duty to try to understand that on a certain level. But if I can understand on a certain level and give you back the emotional needs, you shouldn't try to rip on someone. I've seen so many times where girls are talking and I'm like, oh, my boyfriend fucking was talking to this girl at the bar, or you don't have any context for it, or my boyfriend is fucking liking this girl's pictures on Instagram. You don't have to attack on this. You have a right to know about it. You're in a relationship. You don't have to go full force and attack, because what we perceive and what we get is that we don't need this shit. If I, as a male person who went out of my way, who is paying for my girl's meals, who I think she's great, we really haven't had an argument about anything, and she comes on full blast about something. And again, I've been in a scenario where someone tries to break up with me because of a girl that I used to date. I saw, I think at the mall or something like that, and I said, 5 words to her. It was like, oh, you gonna fucking talk to your ex like that? Fucking no. I'm like, yo, I saw her, said 5 words to her. How's your day going? Blah, and then walked away. You have the right to say, anything about it. Did you get a number or something? I'll play along with you and all that stuff and not get pissed, because I have a right to say, what the fuck does it matter if I talk to a girl? But no, I'm going to say, I'm sorry, so-and-so and that. You do not have to go into attack, because like I said, a guy's brain is simple. We don't want to deal with bullshit. We don't want to deal with drama. I'm not the coolest guy on the planet that can pick up any chick, but I'm definitely not the guy who's going to sit there and stand around and deal with bullshit, because I went out of my way to get to this point. Why do I have to sit here and take shit? All ladies and all guys are different, and of course the scenario changes from time to time, but what I'm just saying is that, ladies, just chill out. I'm sorry if there are asshole guys who treat you wrong. I'm sorry if in your past you've been in a scenario and it didn't go great. I really am. You have to take it differently every single time. Jesus Christ, look, it's calling me. You gotta take it different every single time. You can't treat your past relationships into your current relationships. I can't stand that. I know that there are women who come from a bad relationship. I'm broken inside. We dated for 6 years and he cheated on me, and those cases are really hard, especially like if you really like the girl and you're trying to get with them and they're just denying you from the past, or they're just denying you because of what happened in the past. They don't want to go through it. It's so frustrating to promote, like, look, I'm not that fucking piece of shit. Alright? Guys do need to understand the emotional needs of a woman. We do. We need to put an extra step forward. But at the same time, you have to baby us. You have to guide us along the way, because it's not normal. You can't ask me, a guy who is not that emotional, who doesn't cry unless, it's needed to, or, something happens that impacts life. You have to baby me into it and help me along and understand why you're feeling this way and why I should cater to your emotions. You can't attack me if I don't feel the way you feel. I'm a different type of human being than you are. We do a lot of things differently. Baby me, hold my hand, and help me. I'll give you what you need emotionally and physically. I'll give you what you need financially if you bring everything great to the table. In this world, the relationships I've been in, it's kind of weird, and I do it every single relationship. I always tell a female, like what I'm looking for. Always like, I'm looking for this, and if you can meet me on that, I'll kill your expectations. I can't promise everything will be great. Can't promise that we won't get into an argument, but I will shatter your expectations, what it means to be a boyfriend. But we need some type of guidebook, because women feel so many different things at so many different times. Now, I want to touch up on the basis about the attention that females give to guys. Ladies, I touched up on this in the podcast before. I can't remember which one. Mostly about like females having a side guy, and guys having a side chick or whatever, and it's along the lines of that. But ladies, you really need to understand that guys don't get female attention all the time. This is not an excuse for people who cheat. This is not an excuse for people who border that line of cheating. But guys don't get females' attention all the time. So if that comes along, that temptation, it blossoms into something different. If I am with the girl for a year and things have been rocky, you know, we get into arguments a lot. I don't think she's doing this. She don't think I'm doing that great. Like we're having our problems. We're together, but we're having our problems, you know. If a lady were to come up to me and start a conversation, and I realize, you know, I kind of like this girl. She's cool. She's cute. It's like having your cake and eat it too scenario. You know, it's like watching. What's the best way to put it? It's like you see something on the other side of the fence that look, my side is not that great, and I can see on the other side of the fence that side, it looks fantastic. When I get there, it might be a little bit different, but man, like I can stick on my side, try to fix the grass on my side, try to make things grow, or I can go to that side and I might find a paradise. I might find something great over there. You know, you have that pivotal moments in life. This is why people cheat. Like, man, this could be great, you know, but you don't want to lose what you have, because it's possible it can get better. This is not an excuse. Every person has been in some type of, like, this scenario some way. I've been in this scenario where you have something might not be great, but you're looking on the other side, you're like, man, like, that can be what I wanted. That can be what I need. This is not there are people out there who might have a fantastic relationship and still cheat because they're addicted to the temptation, to what if. They're addicted to having two things in life, two great things. You know, sometimes people feel entitled to just do it, you know, or some people are just fucking assholes. Some people just don't want to live by the template of life, who just want more, who don't feel that they need to be tied down. That's totally different. This is just a typical mindset of a human guy. Temptation is a hell of a drug. I hope to anyone they're not ever in that position to where they have a happy relationship and temptation comes along, because it is addicting, it's alluring, and in most cases it's something you've never had, so you're intrigued and you're enticed by it. And then some people put themselves into temptation, so I mean, it's their fault. I.e., if you have a girl and you're in someone else's DMs, just seeing if, you know, somebody reply. Or you're talking to a female and you leave out that you have a girl on purpose when she asks you, hey, are you dating someone? You know, that's just some people being assholes. Guys are simple human beings, you know. You give us something good, you give us something great, we're not going to just throw it away. If we have something rocky, if we have something that's not working, if you are just being that way because you've been that way for your past relationship, your walls are always up, you're back and forth, you're pushing them back all the time, you get that, like, why am I here moment, you know, why am I here? Guys just need to keep moving in some sorts. We got to keep going, and you have to give us something. You have to give us something to feed off of, to put the pieces of candy on the ground for us to follow sometimes. Jog on memory, you know. I love women. I love everything about women. I love hanging out with women, and this is a problem I have with many relationships, that I love hanging out with women, even if I have a girlfriend. And this is super taboo for some females. This is something that should never be done. And I think every single relationship I tell the girl I'm with, I'm just like, look, you might see me with another female one day. I'll try to pepper in some guys. I'll try to pepper in extra people all the time. But if a good friend of mine, she wants to go hang out, and I'll go hang out with her. You know, if we're going out to eat, and we're just grabbing a bite, like, that's it. You know, I'm not going to her house, me and her by ourselves. I'm not gonna, you know, put myself in that situation. But I enjoy females' company. I love talking to females. I love talking to people. So this is a huge problem when I get with a female, when I get with a girl. This is a huge problem because it never, like, goes over great. I have to really try to dig forward and ask for it and tell them over and over again and secure them, like, hey, my female friend called me. We're going to Denny's at 5 o'clock. I'll call you at 5:20 to see how I'm doing. Like, I really have to, like, put that extra foot forward to show females, like, look, I'm a guy. Of course, temptation is always out there. But if you treat me good, I will treat you better. This is the mindset that I have. Like, if people can really express themselves in a relationship before you even get started, and this is why this is kind of the upsides of online dating. You're able to put stuff in writing and say, look, this is the person I am, and of course they might not be that way or something, but you have an idea of what a person likes and their feels and all that stuff. This is why online dating sometimes is really cool, but from my experience, I don't think any of it's ever worked out. The girls I've dated, yeah, I mean, they're good people, but man, it never worked out. But ladies, like, your guy has needs and he has wants too. He might not be emotional like you. Or, I'm sorry, that sounds fucked up. I'm not saying like, oh, ladies are emotional, but he might have needs and wants that are not emotional. You know, you have to find a way to break through that layer and understand your guy and support your guy. You know, it's okay to say shit about everyone. Talk shit about some people at one point. My girl's emotional about this. Oh, well, my guy's fucking, he don't do shit in this and plays video games. But you have to understand a guy at a certain point too. Just stop for a second. Be like, yo, I really like this guy. Let me try to understand his likes and his wants. You know, the biggest thing for me is that I love playing video games. I fucking love playing video games. And sometimes when I get home, I just want to fucking sit down and play a video game. If I get home, I'm just talking about from my past relationship. If I get home after a fucking long day of work, I did not, just use an example, my girlfriend at the time, I did not say I was going to hang out with you. I did not call you and say I was going to hang out with you. I'm not entitled to hang out with you. Do I want to hang out with you? Of course. Maybe after I get my fix. And this is just an example of me in video games. Do not get upset for something you don't like because I'm doing it. I'm in no way hurting you. I'm no way hurting the relationship. If I say, hey, when I get off work, we're hanging out for sure, and then I go play video games, of course you can be upset and we can talk about that. But if I'm not suiting your needs at that point in time, and it's just once in a while, let it fucking ride. Relax for a second. You can say, I'm tired of him playing video games. That's fine. In a way, I'm almost saying bite your tongue sometimes. Because I would do it for you. I don't want to fucking go into Ulta. I don't want to go into a fucking female store ever in my fucking life. But fuck it. I'll bite my tongue and let's just do it. You know? Even if you want to pick out a movie I don't fucking like, I'll bite my tongue. It's give and take. I'm really throwing this out there for the ladies because I'm a guy and I really want to give you the mindset of what we think about. We're so simple. Give us a little bit of time. I know sometimes maybe it's been a couple of days since you see me. Try to make a agreement. Say, hey, can I come by, in a couple hours or something like that. But sometimes it's up forward and they'd be like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm playing video games. I'm like, okay. Like, always playing those fucking video games, and then it's an argument. When you can just be like, you playing video games again? Alright, well, I mean, can we set a date where we can go out and get something to eat? Or can I bring some food by? Or can I just come by in a couple hours? I got a movie or something. Like, try to be that fucking cool girlfriend, man. Like, try to be that girl that when I'm going out, I talk about you when, like, in high standards. Try to be, and I guess that's the best information. Try to be that fucking cool girlfriend. Try to hang out with your guys' friends. I mean, try to just be exceptional. And I'm not ragging on ladies and saying they're not doing enough. Far from the point. Some ladies go above and beyond. I dated a girl who would cook and clean for me, and just treat me like a king when I got off from work. And then, in that return, I gave her everything she needed and everything she wanted, and I respected her. You know, she wanted to come over and I've been playing games for, you know, a couple hours, 3 hours. I'm like, shit, yeah, let me finish this up and we can go out and do something. Because I respected her as an individual. And yes, it didn't work out, of course, but I respected her and I have a love and a passion for her. Like, I want to be, if you can give us a girl who looks great, takes care of herself, and understands her boyfriend to an extent and gives him what he needs, like, we will fucking shower you. We will love you for eternity. Be that fucking cool girlfriend. You don't have to sit there and play games with me, but understand that I like to play games every once in a while. So again, ladies, not ragging on you, not saying you're not doing this, not saying you're not doing enough. Because guys, we got a lot to do too. And sometimes the way we act and project ourselves is not acceptable. So there are asshole guys out there. There are douchebag guys out there who don't treat their ladies right, who expect them to do way more than they're doing, and the relationship just doesn't work out. And I hate the relationships that go on for years and you see that the guy is treating her like shit, you know, and doing what the fuck he wants. I'm sorry for that. I apologize. There's some fucking asshole guys out there. But if your relationship is solid ground, project yourself as a person who loves and cares for your significant other. Don't just be there. Don't just be that person. Don't just be the girl who comes over and hangs out. Be the girl who understands her man, understands his parents. Their parents like you. You treat them well. And in return, he's going to always praise you when talking to his parents. He's always going to always love you and appreciate you for the person you are. Because you're projecting yourself to be more than just a girlfriend who's there every other day. So what I find attractive is the females who can cater to my needs and I'll cater to their needs, and a girl who understands me and the type of person I am. You can be beautiful, but you can have a fucking shitty ass attitude and act nasty, and it's a fucking super turn off, and I will walk the fucking other way quick as shit. I'm not the most emotional person, but I can understand people's emotions a lot better. I know when to stop and I know when to shut up. Of course I've been loud. Of course I've yelled before. But I know when to shut the fuck up sometimes to make the situation better. Because me opening my mouth, even if I'm 100% right, me opening my mouth is going to make it worse. So my girlfriend needs me at this time. Let me chill out for a second. Let me cater to her. Let me give her what she wants. Let me give her what she needs. So there are dogs and asshole guys out there, blah blah blah, but there are some really good guys, man. Give a guy a chance. You don't have to sit there for a year and date someone who's an asshole. If you date a guy and after week 2 he's not that cool, you can do whatever you want after that. You can roll out. You don't have to put your walls up all the time and say guys are assholes and guys are dicks, because look in the mirror once in a while and realize maybe sometimes I did something wrong. Maybe I pushed too hard and pushed this guy away. Ladies, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. You do great. You're powerful. Meet us halfway. Understand our simple brain. And we will be good to you, and we will treat you like queens. But you have to treat us on equal ground. So yeah, what's that? I mean, it's really it for the most part. Going into it, I just hope the ladies will just look at this and be like, just take a step back for a second. Look at it, take a step back, read the situation, and go at it. You know? So that is it. Fuck, man. I keep telling myself that I'm going to end a podcast on a fucking quote, but I never goddamn look up a quote because I always just do these podcasts just fresh. So if you want my stuff, man, I'm still trying to I'm trying to get my brand thing going. I'm really trying to get into more gaming stuff. But I got a lot of stuff going on in my household that's changing that I want to get out of the way first and fix. So I'm dying to get more people on a podcast and talk about reviews, movie reviews, gaming, mostly centered around gaming, but this will be a separate entity under my brand name. I just got a lot of ideas I just want to put forward, but this shit that I have on the side is way more important that I need to fix first. Mostly with my son and all that stuff. Everything's got to be good. I mean, it's not like terrible or anything like that, but stuff that needs to be addressed and fixed and set in stone before I start moving on to the stuff I want to do. But I really want to get to the stuff. I really want to be self-employed and do all this shit. So I'm working on it. So if you hit me up on Instagram, that shit's not fucking active, man. Snapchat, I don't be on that shit. Just hit me up on Facebook. Antonio Q Tomasello. I'll try to get a separate Facebook going for my chocolate heat stuff and my gaming and all that. But I'm on Spreaker and I'm on YouTube. So if you need anything or if you want me to talk about something, just fucking make a comment or something like that, or fucking message me and I'll see what I can do. But for now, I don't know what the fuck. How do you do an outro? That's it for chocolate cake. Yeah.